Breaking now on 4 News Now at 6. Moscow police flooded with tips in the search for the person who killed 4 U of I students. The latest on the investigation and how this tragedy is affecting officers.
Professors canceling classes and parents pulling their kids out of school early. What WSU is doing to make sure their students feel safe, knowing a killer is on the loose less than 10 miles away.
Well, it's going to be a cold end to the weekend across the inland Northwest, with temperatures dropping into the low teens and single digits. I'll let you know when you can expect a warm up in your first alert forecast. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
We begin with breaking news on the U of I student murders and the search for their killer. We have brand new information since our last newscast at 5 o'clock on what could be the key to this complex investigation. A new interview just into the 4 News Now newsroom with Idaho State Police, and the question many of our viewers have asked: what's the story with the other 2 roommates who were home early Sunday morning?
You have not ruled out the 2 surviving female roommates.
Correct.
You have not ruled them out as suspects?
Correct. So let me clarify that. No one has been ruled included or excluded as a person of interest and or a suspect. Everyone is still being investigated.
Are they witnesses?
They are working and talking with detectives, and they have been cooperative, very cooperative with detectives.
ISP won't say who called 911 and would not confirm who found the bodies. ISP says protecting what the young women are telling police could be the key to the entire investigation, and they're hoping the roommates can fill in the timeline between when the murders happened and when someone called 911. Here's what else ISP told ABC News late this afternoon. They confirmed this is a large investigation, a large crime scene inside multiple levels of this home. ISP would not say if they think it's one killer or more than one. Idaho State Police confirmed they received a huge increase in tips, and they plan to put out more details about where the victims were in the hours before these young people were killed. This is exhaustive work for a small department.
We will continue to work and continue to work this until we find the person that did it.
Moscow police are chasing every lead, but the gruesome nature of this case is taking a toll on their officers. Today, the police chief sat down with our Esther Bauer to share more on the investigation and how they're supporting one another. She's live with this 4 News Now exclusive. Esther.
Well, the entire country is truly grieving the loss of these 4 lives. You can see this memorial here at the university entrance is growing larger by the day. Officers say they are committed to fighting for justice, fighting off fatigue, and finding this killer. We now know it was a young Moscow police officer first on scene late Sunday morning, finding 4 students stabbed to death in their home. Days later, there's still no weapon, no person of interest, and no end in sight for this investigation.
We will continue to work and continue to work this until we find the person that did it. Trying to get everything to come either to the tip phone line or to the tip email so that we can start categorizing that and then not miss anything.
As dozens of investigators work 16 to 17-hour days, they have to rely on each other to process trauma. Moscow police has a peer support program in place to give officers mental health and PTSD resources they need now more than ever. And something that is so important right now is making sure these officers have the mental capacity. They're 100% dialed in so they can really track every tip, every lead coming into their department. The chief says he's prioritizing this to bring justice for the victims and bring a closure to this case. Reporting live in Moscow tonight, Esther Bauer, 4 News Now.
Esther, thank you. Just 8 miles west of Moscow, the city of Pullman is also feeling the effects of this murder investigation. We've learned tonight that students at Washington State have also packed their cars this week and gone home while police continue searching for answers. Our Jordan Smith joins us from Pullman tonight with what actions police are taking to ensure WSU students will remain safe as the investigation continues.
Aaron, Kirsten, good evening. These chilling details in this investigation have caused many to feel uneasy in this half of the Palouse, just a 10 to 15-minute drive away from Moscow. And those students, as you said, have packed up their cars here at Washington State and are heading home as police have yet to identify a suspect. Amidst the most tragic event in recent memory developing in Moscow, Fear and uncertainty have spread to neighboring communities, including 8 miles west in Pullman.
Well, I think it's clear that students are concerned for their safety. This is not something that happens on the Palouse.
Washington State University Police Chief Gary Jenkins has spent over 4 decades on the force. I asked if he had experienced anything quite like what's unfolding in Moscow.
No, I really haven't. This is very unusual.
Much like in Moscow, Washington State students have packed up early and headed home while this investigation continues. The university in full support of that decision. Meantime, Washington State Police are supplying tips to enhance safety on campus.
Walking in groups rather than alone, trying to stay in well-lit areas, just reminders of just regular everyday safety tips.
Cadets in the Washington State Police program are supplying rides for off-campus students, allowing them to safely travel across the university to places like the library, while police are making their presence felt on campus.
And try to have as much visibility out in the community on the WSU campus as much as we can.
Scattered across campus are 35 of these blue light emergency phones.
So we reminded students that those are there. They can pick that up and immediately get a 911 dispatcher.
Some great advice by Chief Jenkins there, and he does tell me that when in doubt, just give them a call. He says they would rather respond to 100 calls that turn out to be about nothing than to have missed out on a call about something serious. Reporting from Pullman here tonight, I'm Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
If you thought our recent night were cold, it's going to get colder.
And then it's going to get warmer. But,
okay.
Well, it's in that order, so good luck. Our chief meteorologist, Chris Crocker, is here with us. Hi, Chris.
It is going to get warmer for those of you who are really miserable. But first, we need to talk about how these clear skies on our time lapse tonight are going to lead to the coldest nights so far. And it gets even colder as we get closer to the weekend. Temperatures right now, 24 in Spokane, 25 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. We're in the 20s in most locations around the region. As we zoom in around the Spokane area, it is 30 in downtown and in Coeur d'Alene. 9 Mile reporting 32. Everywhere else, we are in the 30s. Winds. That has been the really shocking thing walking out the door today. Those are beginning to die down, and so it's not quite as bitterly cold as it has been most of the day. Our wind chill is not going to be an issue tomorrow morning when you head out the door, but single-digit temperatures might be if you're in Deer Park, Meade, Spirit Lake. Fairchild Air Force Base, 8 degrees tomorrow morning. We'll be at 10 in downtown Spokane and 12 in Spokane Valley. Again, the coldest readings so far. Otherwise, tomorrow a day a lot like today in terms of all the bright blue skies, a high of only 31. That is more than 10 degrees below average. We're heading up to average, and for the first time in a long time, even a little bit above in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you all about that in just a few minutes. Aaron?
Chris, thank you. The University of Idaho is bringing in therapy dogs to help comfort students as they mourn the loss of 4 of their classmates. The types of benefits those dogs provide coming up.
And hundreds of thousands of dollars being spent to upgrade the Trent Resource Center. What that money's being used for and how it could help those in need. Coming up next on 4 News Now at 6.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Save, save, save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
WeatherTech gift cards have the power to wow everyone on your holiday list, offering a variety of American-made products.
WeatherTech, nice.
Like floor liners, cargo liner, tablet holder, boot tray, cup phone, sink mat, pet feeding system, anti-fatigue comfort mat, and more. Order the WeatherTech gift card instantly for the perfect gift at WeatherTech.com.
If you've been looking for a new vehicle in the current market, you may be hearing things like extra charges, added accessories, or second sticker.
Not at Coeur d'Alene Honda. We make it easy.
We'll keep you posted till your new Honda arrives, give you a fair value for your trade, and give you a lifetime warranty at no additional cost to you.
Well, that was easy. Come meet the team and purchase your next vehicle at Coeur d'Alene Honda.
And don't forget about our lifetime warranty.
Call today for our available inventory and check out our website at cdahonda.com.
Hey, Greens. How's everything going today? today?
Hey, Robert. We're good. Just checking in on that car loan we applied for.
No worries. Let me pull that up. Yep. Looks like you're approved and all set.
Hey, that's great news.
So, you headed over to the dealership now?
Yep. Just gotta make one stop first.
And we got a great rate, too.
Oh, life, how we admire you, are deeply fascinated by you. All your twists and turns and wild rides you take us on. The ups and the downs. Life, you live inside all of us, breathing, growing, beating. You are the reason we'll always provide world-class healthcare. Providence, we see the life in you.
Here we grow again. Even more fun is headed to Spokane Tribe Casino. You love Caesar Sportsbook, the Grill and Bar, and larger variety of games we recently added. Gear up for a new food court, a completely smoke-free gaming area, a state-of-the-art entertainment venue, and more. Things just keep getting better. Play the free play Football Frenzy kiosk game Saturdays and Sundays, and you'll win a guaranteed prize of free slot play every play. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
New storage units and trailers are already coming into the Trent Resource and Assistance Center, and even more services are on the way. That's thanks to new money from Spokane County.
$500,000 will now be invested at the Trent Resource and Assistance Center with the hope to bring in essential services people say are missing there. Tonight at 6, Bronte Sorotsky explains how this money will help those staying at the shelter while bringing in people from Camp Hope.
More changes are coming into the Trent Resource and Assistance Center after the county just approved $500,000 to be allocated here.
To be able to procure those items under our emergency ordinance so we could get people in a safe, dry space.
That's what Commissioner Cuny says led her and other commissioners to approve this money for the shelter. With this money, she says they're looking to bring in new beds. Right now, some at Trent were seen sleeping on mats on the floor. It's also going to bring in more showers and office space to help people staying at Trent get the resources they need to find stable housing.
Specifically for shower trailers, so that way we can have additional shower space for people there, and then for additional office space. So having some portable offices, so that way they can have private conversations, as they work to try to help people with the resources, get them the resources they need.
Cuny says she and other commissioners felt the need to bring in these resources with the current cold snap.
In my mind, we need to be compassionate and get these people off the property and into a warm, safe environment.
She says it could take up to 30 days to get these additional resources in, but with the cold, hopes it will be even sooner.
If we're going to really get people off this property, which with the cold weather that we're all experiencing, it's so imperative to get them into somewhere warm.
Commissioner Cuny says this money will hopefully go towards efforts to bring in people from Camp Hope. Reporting in Spokane, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
Today's almanac only tells half the story. Temperatures for highs in the 30s, lows in the 20s, but that wind this morning made it feel even colder. 42 is our average high. We are going to be back in that territory and even warmer in the 7-day forecast. I'll tell you about it after the break.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Dishman Dodge.
Get all your shopping done in one stop at the Christmas Market. The Christmas Market features many local businesses all under one roof for a 2-day Christmas shopping experience. The Christmas Market at the Priest River Event Center this Friday and Saturday.
You didn't choose cat allergies. You didn't choose your hairline, hot flashes, the flu, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. You didn't choose your bad back, or this, or that. You didn't choose depression, melanoma, or lactose intolerance. But with Kaiser Permanente, you can choose your doctor who works with other best-in-class specialists to care for all that is you.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word. I think we should hire more people.
Doug, late for a meeting.
Hey, we need to build a home office.
we're adding another bathroom.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
It's Christmas in November at Cal Cars in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane, with big markdowns on all four-wheel drives. Plus, we're giving away a new set of WeatherTech floor mats with every purchase. This week at Cal.
Home. It's both a place and a feeling. At yours, you strive to make new memories, create traditions, share stories, find the fun, embrace the surprises, and celebrate moments big and small. Memories are made at home, in every room, in every moment. Make your house feel like home at the Tin Roof.
Good morning.
Rise and shine.
Watch Daytime's #1 duo, weekdays at 9 a.m.
It is cold. It is dry. Take a look. 24 degrees, clear skies right now in Spokane. Look at our sad little dew point, only 5 degrees. This is a measure of atmospheric moisture. Basically, there is no moisture in the air. Winds out of the northeast at 6 miles per hour. That's where that dry, cold air is coming from. If you're getting a lot of electric static shocks around the house, or you need some extra chapstick, that is why. And clear skies, dry air, light winds. The table is set for radiational cooling. Dry air cools down much more efficiently than air with a little bit of moisture, and it will have no trouble dropping down into the low double digits, possibly even the single digits tonight in Coeur d'Alene, where it's 25. Dew point is just 8. Still a little bit of a breeze, but boy, a 10-mile-per-hour breeze out of the northeast just makes 25 feel that much colder. We're heading down to a low of 12 in Spokane. Clear and cold, northeast winds at 5 to 10. And then by tomorrow morning, winds will be light. That will be a little bit more pleasant. A high of 31 degrees, more than 10 degrees below average. But it will be a pretty day. That dry air keeps the fog and low clouds from developing. Our temperature trend over the next 7 days. How exciting to be on the north side of our average high temperature line by Thanksgiving Day. 39 is our average high. We'll be up at 46. Should be reasonably decent in terms of your travel weather. Here's what's going to be going on through the weekend. However, high pressure will remain in control. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, expect dry and cold conditions with sunshine. And then we'll start to see some changes in our weather patterns starting Monday, with our first chance of precipitation coming in Monday night. And then next week, it's going to be a mix of rain and snow through the holiday. Meanwhile, overnight lows tonight, dry, clear, cold, single digits, low double digits. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the 30s in most locations, still running a good 10 degrees below average. We're going to stay cold, particularly at night through the weekend. 34 on Sunday, and then we really start warming up into the 40-degree range by Wednesday. 46 on Thanksgiving. I got to put a turkey or something on there. I totally forgot. I'll be working on that. Meanwhile, we'll be working on the timing of these systems and how they're going to impact your past travel every day leading up to the holiday. Be sure to check back, download the 4 News Now First Alert weather app before you hit the road for your holiday travel, Aaron.
Good to know. Thanks, Chris. Holiday shopping may be more challenging this year. With inflation and higher costs, shoppers are hesitant to spend money.
According to Washington State University's recent report, 82% of people in the Pacific Northwest say inflation concerns are likely to impact their holiday shopping. And our Peter Choi is in studio tonight to explain why shoppers and businesses may be changing their habits.
Yeah, I had a chance to speak with a local business owner and the shoppers in downtown today. And they say the current economy is squeezing the budget and is hurting businesses and holiday shopping.
We are struggling. It's kind of one of those situations where we are looking at expenses versus, the amount of people that we're seeing in store.
At the corner of Washington and Main in downtown Spokane, the owner of a local gift shop is seeing less customers coming in every day.
Normally, we would see probably somewhere around 15 to 20 people a day, usually. Right now, we're kind of lucky if we see a quarter of that, about 5 a day, 4 to 5 a day.
She believes it's because costs are skyrocketing. According to WSU's recent report, 32% of shoppers say they plan to spend less, a drop in 10% since 2021, as holidays are just around the corner. Fewer gifts and tighter budgets, consumers are feeling inflation's pinch.
In my car, I put premium, so what's that, like roughly at $6? Sometimes it just always depends on how it is. But right now, shopping, I'm just seeing where I can get some good deals at any stores I can find, honestly.
What's your budget today?
Probably around the 200s.
This customer is hesitant, even to go to the store now.
It really is a concern because when you go to buy one thing, you have to buy several things just to get there. You have to pay for gas, you have to pay for parking, and then of course if you get hungry, there's a situation where you have to buy food, and not even fast food is cheap anymore.
The store owner also says she's putting out sales and events to have low-budget customers, hoping for the best as Black Friday and holidays approach. Live in studio tonight, Peter Choi, 4 News Now.
Peter, thank you. The Biden administration announced its plan to unblock the president's student loan forgiveness program.
How they plan on resuming the program before repayments begin in January, that's coming up. Plus,
I was scared and shaking, so I was thinking something really fast.
a 10-year-old escapes a potentially dangerous situation. What that 10-year-old did to get away from a woman who was following him home from school, coming up after the break.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Get exactly what you want. Wendell Ford is ready to help you find that vehicle you've been wanting to buy. Built for you. F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Mach-E, and Maverick. Here's how it works. Make a list of options you want. Wendell will work with you on financing to fit your budget. And then we will order the vehicle of your dreams or select from current inventory. Get exactly what you want. Built for you. Wendell Ford at the Y. Drive for generations.
Create a winter retreat in your own backyard with a new hot tub or swim spa from Country Homes Power. Now is the best time to take advantage of factory discounts and special financing so you can soak, relax, and save all winter. Visit Country Homes Power today.
At Providence, we've been investing in the health of the community and raising the standard of care for over 160 years. And we are honored to bring you top-rated Medicare Advantage coverage. Providence plans start at just $0, include dental, hearing, and vision, and connect you to a network of thousands of local providers. Providence. Join us as we make communities stronger by building true health together.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting. I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
You can get your smile back today. At Affordable Dentures and Implants, we make high-quality tooth replacement affordable for everyone. So whether it's a single tooth, full dentures, or life-changing dental implants, we have an experienced dentist who can help you go ahead and smile. Click or call to schedule your new smile consultation today.
Go ahead and smile.
Get ready, America, every Friday.
The hottest trends, styles, and must-have. What's the right stuff to buy right now? I really love that. It's time to buy the right stuff.
Yes!
And save big time, too.
The right stuff.
Fridays on GMA. You're going to love it.
4 News Now is brought to you by Foothills Mazda.
New tonight at 6, the Biden administration announced they plan to ask the Supreme Court to reinstate the president's student loan forgiveness plan, according to a legal filing. It warns that millions of Americans will face financial strain if the plan remains stalled in court when loan payments are scheduled to restart in January. The Justice Department is fighting to keep Biden's plan alive after it was halted by 2 federal courts in recent weeks.
The 10-year-old's quick thinking may have saved him from being taken away by a stranger while walking home from school.
ABC's Whit Johnson spoke with the boy and his father on how he escaped the situation.
I was scared and shaking, so I was thinking something really fast.
It's that quick thinking that helped keep 10-year-old Sammy Green safe during this frightening close call caught on camera in Pottstown, Pennsylvania. Sammy, seen here, followed by a stranger on his way home from school.
She was talking about, like, I'm going to Wawa. Are you going to Wawa? What are you getting from Wawa? And she was like, where's your family at?
Sammy, a hall monitor at school, knew something was wrong and remembered what his dad told him.
If you're getting followed, don't trust them. Just act casual and go by any adult.
That's when he spotted a familiar store and hurried inside, making his way over to the cashier, 17-year-old Hannah Daniels. Sammy seen whispering in her ear.
I told Hannah, that she's been following me for a while. I just said, I'm going to act like you're my mom, and she said, okay.
And I just thought it was a regular interaction with a mother and a son, but the woman had stood in the doorway kind of hanging there, and I could tell she wasn't coherent.
Hannah calmly walks to the door, putting herself between Sammy and the woman, closing and locking it. The woman then walking away.
My first thought was just to make sure that Sammy was okay, and then he went back home to the people that he belonged with and his family.
Sammy's dad so thankful for how Hannah and his son handled the situation.
And then watching that video, man, I cried every time I saw it. I'm just so proud of my son for doing what he did.
Experts say Sammy did everything right.
He knew he was in a risky situation. He knew things weren't quite right, and he trusted his gut, and he went and looked for help. Children need to know that they can speak up. If something is making them feel scared or uncomfortable, they have the ability, they have the right to speak up to an adult, a trusted adult.
Such a great lesson. Well, 8 days after the midterms, congressional Republicans officially win the majority in the House of Representatives, and the stage is now set for 2 years of a divided government with Democrats holding on to the Senate. Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is poised to become the next Speaker of the House, but he still needs 218 public votes on January 3rd to gain the speakership, raising the question of how he will win over 31 legislators who didn't initially vote for him in the secret ballot.
Work for the American people. We have to work as a team or we'll lose as individuals.
Current Speaker Nancy Pelosi says she's stepping down from party leadership come January, recently saying the violent attack on her husband would impact her decision. The 82-year-old was the first woman to hold the gavel.
The FDA announced the Adderall shortage should only last another 30 to 60 days. They say the shortage is because of increased demand and manufacturing delays. The drug is normally used to treat ADHD. Doctors say a lack of access to Adderall can affect a patient's career, home life, and even their safety.
Breaking new information on the murder of 4 U of I students coming up after the break.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Determination makes dreams happen.
We make paths that weren't there before.
It doesn't matter how far we have to go.
Or the obstacles we have to overcome.
And even when it seems like we can't go on, you're it.
We learn and we come back stronger than before.
The all-new CR-V Hybrid and CR-V, part of the Honda line of rugged vehicles.
Healthy communities need more than health care. This is MultiCare. We're here for you.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated #1 HVAC contractor in the Northwest. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning would like to introduce our own carbon reduction program. Buy a new energy-efficient furnace from Bill's Heating and receive a matching air conditioner with installation absolutely free. No hidden fees, no conditions, no exceptions. Buy a furnace, get a free AC from Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call today for estimates and repairs.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.99% financing or $1,000 cash allowance on all 2022 Equinox models. Plus, unlock your code to claim an additional $500 Chevy Cyber Cash. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Next ET, our Candace Cameron Bure exclusive. What she's saying now about her Christmas movie controversy. Plus,
we're on the New York set of Blue Bloods talking all things season 13.
It's an ET exclusive.
Ooh. Then our exclusive with HGTV stars Ben and Aaron Napier.
The fact that we're on Entertainment Tonight right now.
Inside their personal hometown takeover.
Next ET.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30. Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
We continue to follow breaking news tonight. According to the Latah County coroner, none of the victims showed signs of sexual assault, and they have not yet determined if there were any defensive wounds.
And we've also received new information from Idaho State Police about the 2 young women who were in the house at the time of the attack.
You have not ruled out the 2 surviving female roommates.
Correct.
You have not ruled them out as suspects?
Correct. So let me clarify that. No one has been ruled included or excluded as a person of interest and or a suspect. Everyone is still being investigated.
Are they witnesses?
They are working and talking with detectives, and they have been cooperative, very cooperative with detectives.
ISP is also not saying who called 911 and would not confirm who found the bodies. ISP says protecting what the young women are telling police could be the key to the entire investigation. ISP also telling ABC News they confirmed this is a large crime spanning multiple floors of the home, and they're talking about the crime scene itself. They also wouldn't say if they think there's more than one killer.
An important part of the investigation is tracking the victims' whereabouts between when this picture was taken on Saturday and when their bodies were found on Sunday. Police have confirmed that Xana Kernodle and Ethan Chapin were out at a party on campus. Madison Mogen and Kaylee Gonsalves went out to a bar. Hours before their death, they can be seen in this video ordering food at a late-night food truck in downtown Moscow, less than 2 hours before they were said to have been killed. That food truck is normally parked near Main and 3rd, only about a mile away from their home, which is on King Road. Police are searching for security footage to see how they got home and if anyone was following them. If you have any information that could help with the investigation, you're encouraged to call the Moscow Murder Tip Line. That's 208-883-7180.
The devastating loss to families and the community continues here. Rathdrum native Kaylee Gonsalves had big plans for her future. She had just bought a new car. She was looking forward to her new job in Texas. And our Vanessa Perez is here in studio with us, continuing the coverage of the 4 U of I students and this murder.
A fighter is the first word that comes to mind when Kaylee's sister talks about her. Kaylee and Madison Mogen were more than friends. They were like family, young lives cut way too short. Families are still searching for so many unanswered questions to this horrific tragedy.
Met, in the 5th, 6th grade, and that was it. Like, there was just no going back. They always had each other, and Karen, Maddie's mom, has said, and she's always said, you just need one good friend in life. And they were each other's one good friend, for better or for worse, because they had plenty of their fights, honestly, most of the time at Kaylee's fault.
The 2 were more like sisters, inseparable. Maddie was a bonus child to the Gonsalves family.
They did everything together. And so it's unfortunate that they had to experience this tragedy together. But we are taking a bit of consolation in knowing that they they weren't alone, you know. We can't imagine what they went through. But it feels a little bit easier to swallow knowing that they had each other.
Families coming to grips with so much loss as unanswered questions loom. Maddie and Kaylee went out to a bar downtown that night, not knowing it would be their last time.
And to the individual who did this, your days are numbered. It's not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. And I would put everything in me on that. We have a lot of support from local authorities, from state authorities, from the FBI, as well as 4 families. I'm just one piece of that.
We know there are 2 surviving roommates. Olivia has tried to contact the 2, but has not heard from them. Olivia says she's frustrated with the limited information from police. She feels like there should have been more emphasis on the help from public in the first 48 hours of the investigation. She's asking you to call in anything you may have seen that night. Live in studio, Vanessa Perez, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Vanessa. There are a lot of therapy services that have been deployed in Moscow to provide support for the students and staff at the school this week.
And the dogs offering service down there are part of a special organization of about 300 dogs nationwide. Tonight at 6:30, Emily Bloom introduces us to one of those special furry members.
This is Bella. She's a therapy dog, but she's not just any therapy dog. She's specifically trained to respond in crisis situations. Bella and Bob belong to an organization called HOPE AACR, Animal Assisted Crisis Response.
And the mission of our organization is to provide comfort and encouragement to people that have gone through a crisis or a disaster type event.
They've both been trained to engage with people following a crisis situation.
And then our handlers are also trained to recognize psychological symptoms that may be present at a crisis event.
Bella has plenty of experience under her vest. She was at the Freeman School shooting, mudslides on the west side of the state, and last May they traveled down to Boulder, Colorado following the mass shooting at a supermarket.
And this kind of creates this bridge where, you know, it then allows them to open up and process and kind of start that journey of being able to deal with whatever situation that they've just come out of.
Bella responds to crisis events like what happened this week, and she also keeps a busy schedule in the Spokane area. We caught her on a day off.
We visit hospice patients once a week. She also volunteers at Ronald McDonald House one night a week. And then she's also, her title is Customer Engagement Specialist with the Vista.
Little but mighty.
We let the dogs do the work, and that could be anything from just being present, you know, lying down as she is now, or, you know, somebody being able to pet her or hug her.
Bella will be headed down to Moscow Tuesday, November 29th to provide services for the students and staff at the University of Idaho. Reporting in Spokane, Emily Bloom, 4 News Now.
Well, that is a lovely story, Emily. Thank you. Live look over the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena. Winds are beginning to die down. It is going to be a cold night across the inland Northwest. Here are 4 things to know about your weather. It is going to be calmer, but cold tonight. Sunny on Friday, a day very much like today in that regard. It is going to be a dry and chilly weekend, and there are some major changes in our weather pattern coming for next week. Warmer and wetter as we get closer to Thanksgiving. Temperatures right now are in the teens and 20s. We're already at 18 in Colville, 24 in Spokane, and 25 degrees in Coeur d'Alene. It's 27 right now in Pullman. Right around the Spokane area, we are in the 20s, 25 in Spangle. 9 Mile reporting 30. That is the warm spot, 29 right now in Coeur d'Alene. Taking a look at our wind speeds around the region, still some spots where it is bitterly cold. Hayden, 10 mile per hour winds, 10 mile per hour winds at Fairchild Air Force Base, but it will be a calm day tomorrow, and that will be welcome, but it is going to be cold. Lows tomorrow morning in the single digits in many locations around the region, including Deer Park, Meade, and Spirit Lake. I'll be back to tell you about that warmer weather on the way, let you know what's going on at the ski resorts this weekend. That's in just a few minutes. Kirsten?
Thank you, Chris. New at 6:30, today is National Children Grief Awareness Day. The community came together at Gonzaga University to share their journeys. Rise Northwest, a nonprofit organization that helps children navigate life after parental loss, organized this event. Several Gonzaga students shared their stories of loss and offered support for others who may go through a similar experience. A wall of support set up at the event also allowed the public to write down words of support. Anyone is asked to go to risenorthwest.org to learn more about this organization.
Washington State football will take on their former quarterback this weekend. What both sides are saying about the matchup coming up later in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
You know I love me some good GMA in the morning. Robin, George, Michael, and GMA. Now that's how you start your day.
Good morning, America.
Yep, bring your friends.
Joni here at Post Falls Volkswagen with this bold and beautiful 2022 Taos. But there's more than just good looks behind this compact SUV. This is the perfect choice because it's also practical and efficient, with driver assist and all the latest enhanced safety features. Plus, the Taos is packed with the useful high-tech features you use every day. If you're thinking of a compact SUV, think Taos at your nearby Post Falls Volkswagen, the home of 0000.
The Christmas holiday season is upon us, and the Plant Farm is ready to put your home decorations on display. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is ready to bring home, making your lights twinkle brighter and decorations dazzle. The Plant Farm Poinsettia is the coziness that brings families together and the symbol of hope and giving for the holidays. The annual Plant Farm Poinsettia tours are November 11, 12, 18, and 19. Book your spot at plant-farm.com today.
It's time to say yes to your healthcare story. The Washington Health Plan Finder helps you find new health plan options like Cascade Care. These plans cover primary care visits, mental health services, and generic drugs, all before meeting a deductible. Start your next chapter off right by enrolling in your 2023 health plan at wahealthplanfinder.org. Don't wait until it's too late. Enroll now.
Every time you use your ICCU Premier Rewards Visa card, you're earning rewards. Whether it's cash back or points, being a member of Idaho Central really pays back. Start earning points and getting cash back for your everyday purchases. It's a win-win. Idaho Central Credit Union. We believe life should be rewarding.
It's Christmas in November at Cal Cars in Airway Heights, Coeur d'Alene, and Spokane, with big markdowns on all four-wheel drives. Plus, we're giving away a new set of WeatherTech floor mats with every purchase. This week at Cal.
Take a look at this new picture of cosmic chaos captured by the James Webb Space Telescope. It shows what our sun and solar system might have looked like in its infancy. The dark line across the middle is a protoplanetary disk, which is dense gas and dust that could form a planet in the future.
Awesome. Speaking of awesome, ski resorts are open tomorrow. Here is your ski report. Boy, you are going to need to put your sunglass goggles on and put on some sunscreen too. It is going to be bright blue skies at the ski areas. The ones that are open, 49 degrees north, open tomorrow, 29 the high temperature with sunny skies. Light wind, though, that will make a big difference, so enjoy some turns there. They got a trace of light snow overnight from that system that moved through. Lookout Pass got an inch of new snow last night, 26 for a high tomorrow there. Again, winds will be generally light with plenty of sunshine. They are open Friday through Sunday. Fun. Schweitzer Mountain opening for the season for Saturday and Sunday. No new snow, but they've been making snow. It has certainly been cold enough to do that. 23 for a high there tomorrow with light winds. Silver Mountain tentatively planning to open November 25th. And at Mount Spokane, they are tentatively planning to open December 3rd. They need a little more snow. Looks like there's some more snow coming in the forecast, but not over the next 48 to 72 hours. Here's a look at your forecast. High pressure in control. It's going to keep things cold. It is going to keep things dry through the weekend before we see a major change in our weather pattern. We'll be 2 weeks, actually more than 2 weeks, with this dry, cold weather. But then we have a series of systems that will begin moving through starting Monday night, bringing a mix of rain and snow to the valleys and snow to the mountains, and it looks like that trend will continue. Here's our precipitation outlook November 25th. That's the day after Thanksgiving through December 1st. Above average precipitation and above average temperatures too, so that can be a mixed blessing for our ski resorts as long as that snow level stays down low enough. But some good heavy wet snow is actually good base making weather. You don't necessarily want the powder days this early in the season because you've got to cover up the rocks and things with some heavy packed snow to keep things safe. So it's all good news in your planning forecast. Sunny tomorrow and calmer. It is going to be very cold, especially the next few mornings where we will be down in the low double digits and even the single digits. But there is a warming trend you'll see. Slow at first, but then we take some bigger jumps as we get closer to Thursday, Thanksgiving. Looking like rain in the valleys and snow in the mountains. Overnight lows finally getting up around freezing Wednesday night and into Thursday. Aaron?
Thank you, Chris. When you think of Black Friday, the first thing that might come to your mind, maybe it's television. Big television, or maybe some jewelry. But it's also a great time to get flights and deals on flights.
That'd be great. ABC's Gio Benitez explains how to find the best bargains of the season.
We've been talking about how high these prices are for travel. Well, that's about to change, at least for a few days, starting next week. So we're talking Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and then Travel Tuesday. Let's go ahead and start with flights right now. And this is from our friends over at Scott's Cheap Flights. They found some of the best for us. This is for travel from January to March, JFK to Cancun, normally $500. That's down to $263 nonstop. JFK to Barcelona, look at this one, normally $800, down to $285. LAX to Los Cabos, normally $500 down to $220. Miami to LAX, even less, $198. That's normally $375. You can find these deals through Scott's Cheap Flights. Now, hotel deals, they are harder to come by, but our friend, the travel mom, Emily Kaufman, finding these. Charisma Hotels and Resorts in the Caribbean and Mexico up to half off, plus a resort credit of up to $1,000. Fairmont Hotels, 25% off at many properties. But Emily also says, look at websites like Expedia and Priceline. Expedia is offering 30% off or more at some of these hotels. And the best deals, cruises, of course. Our friends at the Cruise Critic spotting this. Norwegian Cruise Line, the second guest, could actually sail for free. Now, that deal is actually live right now, and Celestial Cruises up to 50% off. So remember, over the next 2 weeks, we are looking at some huge deals coming our way, Robin.
Here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Get 1.5% unlimited cash back on purchases. So go on, reward yourself with a Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1FCU.
This is a story of first downs and second chances.
I wanted to keep playing, but my feet hurt.
You'd think all those big league experts could have helped.
You have access to anything, but none of it worked.
His football career ended, but his plantar fasciitis pain didn't. Till he found the Good Feet store.
I got fitted for my arch supports. Let me tell you something. They work.
Now, he recommends Good Feet to
anybody. If you move, go to the Good Feet store.
So get moving. Come in for your free fitting.
You didn't choose cat allergies, your hairline, or that thing when your knee just gives out for no reason. But you can choose your doctor who will care for all the things you didn't choose. Kaiser Permanente, for all that is you.
Add some thrill to this holiday season by tapping into some impressive horsepower and the refined performance of standard iActive all-wheel drive, all in a beautifully wrapped package. the rewarding Mazda CX-30. Find yours during the season of inspiration.
Embrace every unexpected turn in the all-wheel drive Mazda CX-30. Come take a test drive and reserve yours today at Foothills Mazda or shop now at SpokaneMazda.com.
Come back to the ultimate rock Christmas tradition. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, live in concert, presented by Hallmark Channel. Millions have made this their must-see holiday event of the season. Friday, November 25th, Spokane Arena. Tickets on sale now at TicketsWest.com. Trans-Siberian Orchestras, The Ghosts of Christmas Eve, The Best of TSO, and more.
This year, one of the fun new trends in flooring is to put it on your walls to create an exciting new look and turn a boring room into an eye-popping masterpiece.
Plus, check out our moisture-resistant laminates for any room in your home.
Are you looking for a credit card with rewards? Well, we've made it simple. Take advantage of 0% APR on new purchases for 6 months. So go on, reward yourself with a Premier Rewards MasterCard from P1FCU.
4 News Now is brought to you by the Sweet Palace and Sapphire Jewelry in Phillipsburg, Montana.
Things are about to get spicy on Saturday. Welcome into sports. I'm Julian Minnesota. Now, it's always awkward when you run into your ex, right? When Washington State takes the field against Arizona on Saturday, the Cougars will run into their ex-quarterback, Jayden de Laura. Now, the Cougars, to them, it's just another game. But to de Laura, he wants to show his former team what they're missing, just like your ex would do. We break it down in this week's Chalk Talk.
This game is this person.
Washington State football will see a familiar face on the opposing sideline on Saturday. Jayden de Laura, once a Cougar.
He was the starting quarterback there. He was the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year there.
Now an Arizona Wildcat.
A chance for another score as de Laura steps up and has the touchdown.
I mean, he's a fierce competitor. We knew that when he was here, and I wish the best of luck to him. You know, I hope he's doing great over there. He's doing really good this season, and we're excited for a great challenge.
De Laura played in 16 games for the Cougars from 2020 to 2021, but it was the way his final month unfolded that makes this week's matchup must-see TV.
I would love to just say that it's going to be just another game, you know, for everybody. I would assume that it's going to have some form of an impact on Jayden.
It began when former Wazoo head coach Nick Rolovich was dismissed from the program after failing to meet vaccine requirements. De Laura came to Rolovich's defense. Jake Dickert moved up as head coach. De Laura moved out of Pullman and went to Arizona.
I would say when I was with their Rolo, Coach Stutzman, and other guys that got fired, they kind of gave me the opportunity to grow.
The headlines are hard to ignore, but the Cougars are more worried about what happens between the lines.
Did you circle this game, Coach? No, I circle every game. Our team circles every game, right? It's the only opportunity that we have this week. We're not playing one individual. We're playing an Arizona team that's much improved.
Kickoff between Washington State and Arizona is set for 11 a.m. on Saturday. The Cougars have won 4 of the last 5 meetings against the Wildcats. To the NFL, and while almost every NFL team will be playing on Sunday, the Seattle Seahawks will be kicking their feet up and relaxing. The Seahawks have a bye this week. Head coach Pete Carroll says it's coming at the perfect time, partly because the team gets some much-needed rest, and partly because the Seahawks are coming off a tough loss to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And not just any loss. The Seahawks played all the way in Germany. Carroll says it'll be good for the guys to regroup, especially after that long flight home.
We go into this bye fairly healthy, and so that means we can come out of it even better. And so that's a big, it could be a big boost to us as as other teams continue to struggle to stay healthy and all that. So hopefully we can make that come to life, and it just helps. It helps us in all ways. So we're gonna get clearer, and we'll come back fresh and ready to go.
And the Seahawks will return to action on November 27th at home against the Las Vegas Raiders. That'll do it for sports.
Julian, thank you. Cooking fires can happen any time of the year, but on Thanksgiving there are more distractions. There's a lot of family members around. And that could lead to a different kind of disaster if you're not careful. The National Fire Protection Association says Thanksgiving is actually the leading day of the year for home fires involving cooking equipment. The Spokane Valley Fire Department says it responds to fire calls during the holidays 3 times more than any other time of year. The fire department stresses having a working smoke alarm and a fire extinguisher nearby.
If it gets to any point where you're uncomfortable or don't feel safe, get out. Make sure you close any doors and call 911 as soon as possible to get us there as quickly as possible.
If you need extra fire prevention information, the National Fire Protection Association has tips online about cooking fire safety, and many of them include staying home and staying alert when cooking, also keeping children away from hot food, sharp objects, and electrical cords. We also have more on this story on our website, KXLY.com.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
Get exactly what you want. Wendell Ford is ready to help you find that vehicle you've been wanting to buy. Built for you. F-150, Bronco, Bronco Sport, Explorer, Mach-E, and Maverick. Here's how it works. Make a list of options you want. Wendell will work with you on financing to fit your budget. And then we will order the vehicle of your dreams or select from current inventory. Get exactly what you want. Built for you. Wendell Ford at the Y, drive for generations.
A Native woman is missing. You don't see her face all over the news.
When you expose people, you worry about blowback?
That sounds like a threat. Please don't do this.
Our family is all over the place sometimes, but ICCU helps us keep up with them. We use card control to turn on Olive's debit card when she needs to pay for activities.
And turn it off when she's shopping online.
We make sure Forrest is depositing his lawn mowing checks into his college fund. And we definitely make sure to ask Grandma Ivy where all those Zelle transfers come from. Phew, that was a lot of keeping up. You ready for a break?
Hi, Kylie here with Dad at Parker Toyota. We know finding time during the busy week to schedule your service maintenance can be difficult. That's why we've expanded our hours. We're now open Sundays.
Schedule your oil change, brakes, and other maintenance needs at your convenience online, parkertoyota.com. Our highly trained technicians can get you in and out with our express service.
Experience the no-problem sales and service 7 days a week at Parker Toyota in Coeur d'Alene.
This is a story about a battle against all the things in life that are hard, and sometimes people don't win. Sometimes stockings are still empty on Christmas morning, or kids go to bed hungry, or don't go to bed at all because they don't have a home. But there's an army dedicated to fighting this battle with hope and compassion. And anyone can join them, anywhere there's a red kettle, because at Christmas, love has an army that fights for good.
Manspreading on planes. Women fight back.
Stop manspreading.
Next Inside Edition. Flying this Thanksgiving? The growing movement as women passengers say they're fed up with guys manspreading.
I definitely wasn't comfortable with getting touched.
Then, exclusive details on the murders of 4 college students. The mysterious alert about a man with a knife 2 months ago. Is there a connection? Next Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
Coming up tonight on Nightside, many students have chosen to go home after the murders in Moscow. How the University of Idaho is protecting the students who want to stay. And what one former FBI profiler has to say about this quadruple murder.
Temperatures tomorrow, 13 degrees at 8 o'clock. Chilly at the bus stop, but not as windy. In fact, winds should be light. A high tomorrow of 31 degrees. That is more than 10 degrees below average, but it's going to be a bright, sunny day. So you'll need your sunglasses to go along with all of your other warm weather regalia.
I followed your advice, Chris. I actually raked some of my leaves today.
It was snowing leaves in the wind at my house, so yes.
You have a lot more trees than I do,
well,
too.
Well, good for you.